Welcome everyone to the Nissan pregame drive. The arena of dreams that is college football has returned in earnest here in Boulder tonight with one of the most enduring, iconic symbols of college football, Ralphie. North Dakota State taking on the Colorado Buffaloes. It's the first meeting ever between these two schools, and college football's universe revolves around Coach Deion Sanders tonight. This is the epicenter of college football this evening, with Coach Sanders' unmistakable, unimpeachable gravity. A sellout crowd here at Folsom Field. North Dakota State, the visitors this evening, as we welcome you back to another exciting season. A lot of new looks in college football. Mark Jones, Roddy Jones, Quinn Kesnick down on the field joining us in just a moment. Roddy, you feel the energy here. We were down on the field. It's tangible, it's palpable. What does it mean for the home team, Colorado, coming off a 4-8 season?
Well, every game here is an absolute movie with an iconic entrance and an icon as its head coach. But the energy on the field comes from 42 new transfers and the hope that a revamped offensive line, a revamped defensive line will help the stars, SHEDEUR Sanders and Travis Hunter, shine as bright as the head coach Deion Sanders.
Two of the best players in all of college football on the field tonight in Hunter and SHEDEUR Sanders. Meanwhile, North Dakota State, they are unfazed. They have 9 FCF titles in their trophy case at home.
They know exactly who they are, an established culture, even though there's a new head coach. And this week when we spoke to them, they spoke in absolutes. They said, we will play physical, we will tackle well, and we will give Colorado all they can handle. It's a team that's used to winning, and they expect to today.
The Buffaloes building a culture. Hey, when we come back, he's part of the culture. Number 12, Quinn Kesnick has more on one of the most enduring and special players in all of college football. Kickoff is next after these messages from Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey Google, turn on Rocky's food.
It's like the ultimate connection. See why it's been awarded a Consumer Guide Best Buy and recommended by Consumer Reports. Drive the Nissan Rogue today.
Get 2.9% financing for 60 months, or get up to $2,500 total savings on remaining select 2024 Rogue Platinum trims.
Thanks for watching the Nissan pregame drive. Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
You're watching college football on ESPN, presented by Twisted Tea. This is the Big 12 on ESPN in the shadows of the rugged, rounded shoulders of the Rocky Mountains. North Dakota State has traveled extremely well. Their colors have been all over Boulder throughout the course of the last several days. Colorado winning the toss, deferring to the second half. So we'll get a look at the Bison first on offense and their quarterback Cam Miller. Season 2 for Coach Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes. Toe meets leather, and we're underway. And the Bison will take it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Let's go downstairs. Quinn, we get a look at Hunter on defense first.
Travis Hunter is a unicorn. He is a true throwback, a two-way player in an age of specialization. You're going to see him first on defense today, but as a wide receiver, this guy's got 57 receptions last season, a handful of touchdowns, and he specializes in contested and one-handed catches. Prior to this game, he was working with Terrell Owens, working on his craft. He's a first-round draft choice on both sides of the football. 31 NFL scouts are here, Mark, to watch him play as he begins his hunt for the Heisman.
Bison are going to keep it on the ground, Q, on the first play of the football game. T.K. Marshall starting tailback, 6-foot senior out of Minneapolis with the carry, picks up a couple of yards. Buffalo's trying to maintain there was a fumble, but they blew it dead first. Going to be interesting to watch how the Buffaloes slow the run if they can, but the quarterback for the Bison, Cam Miller, completed 72% of his passes a season ago.
He's an absolute winner, 31 career wins and 38 starts. Not only is he accurate in the short game, but he's a great runner as well.
They come out in a trips right formation, 3 receivers out to the top of your screen. On second down, Miller surveys, finds a man underneath, wide open. Marshall with real estate ahead of him. Marshall caught from behind and dragged down at the 20-yard line by DJ McKinney, but a huge gain all the way down to the 23-yard line for North Dakota State. A pickup of 49, Roddy.
Well, it's a matchup against Trevor Woods, 43, the converted safety. And it's just a little Texas route, an angle route by the running back, dumped off to TK Marshall, in a big game for North Dakota State to start this one.
He'll come out of the ball game. Brown comes in for him, number 25. North Dakota State, team with great lineage at the FCS level, went to the semifinals a season ago. On 1st and 10, they gash the front and pick up about 5 or 6 yards. Shamar Brown that time on the carry. Picks up 5 on the play.
Stopping the run is going to be key for Colorado today. This was the worst defense in terms of stopping the run in all of football, all of FBS football last season. They revamped the defensive line, but this North Dakota State offense is about being physical up front, that time able to open a hole, and physical run in the secondary to get extra yards after that first contact.
Second down coming up, 5 to go. Miller out of the shotgun. They send a man in motion. Tipped away and incomplete. Intended for Stoffel. Number 82, Preston Hodge, was right there to knock it away. So it sets up a 3rd down and 5, alluding to the Buffalo defense last year, which was very porous. Thus, a new defensive coordinator on the JOB. That's Robert Livingston, you saw a moment ago, former NFL coach with the Cincinnati Bengals. He had their secondary.
And the key is going to be that defensive line up front, protecting those linebackers. And in situations like this, 3rd and 5, you got to be able to get off the field. They're really excited about this revamped pass rush. Let's see it.
Miller's going to hand it off and nowhere to go. So they do pick up a couple of yards on the play, but not enough for the 1st down. That time, Wankwo and Cokes coming up big.
And Levante Bentley in the middle just sort of slices through, but it's a nice job up front, taking up double teams, occupying space to allow the middle linebacker to tackle the ball short of the line to gain and force a field goal.
This is going to come from 36 yards out. Griffin Crosa, the senior, from the left hash, and he knocks it through. Early in the season, so many times we see special teams go the wrong way, but not that time. So the Bison march it down the field and cash out with a field goal. 12-12 to go in the opening quarter.
I actually think you have to count that as a win for Colorado. You give up the big play on the pass to the running back, but after that, you don't allow another 1st down. You force a field goal, and we saw some of that stoutness up front that we expected on 3rd down. So they'll go back and they'll fix the mistake that happened on the long pass, but really solid job after that.
North Dakota State comes in unflappable. They have tremendous championship lineage, and they have several leaders that returned from last year's squad. As I mentioned earlier, 9 FCF national championships. You look at their record over the last 5 seasons, really impeccable, and well, that's the one. They've won 6 of their last 7 against FBS squads, which include Minnesota, Kansas, and Kansas State.
And it's a team that's hungry coming into this season. There's only a few jobs where it's a national championship or the season's a failure. North Dakota State is one of those, and they haven't won the last 2. Haven't won one since 2021. They are hungry, and their new head coach, Tim Polasek, knows what it takes to get back to the top. When
they mentioned that they hadn't won a championship in a couple of years, you got the feeling that their fan base was saying the sky was falling.
It must be. They've won 9.
Yeah.
through the teens, so it must feel like that for that crew.
Looking into the helmet of Jimmy Horn right there, back for the kickoff return. Horn, a returnee from last year for Coach Deion Sanders. We'll watch this one go over his head and out the back of the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25 for one of the best quarterbacks in the country. SHEDEUR Sanders completed 69% of his passes a season ago. He has all kinds of secret sauce, and Coach Polasek of North Dakota State was ebullient in his praise for SHEDEUR earlier this week.
And you can see why. It's easy to get caught up in the flash, in all of the things off the field, and the noise around SHEDEUR Sanders. But when you turn on the film, you see a bona fide NFL quarterback. And he is a guy that if you can keep him upright could have a special season.
Travis Hunter lining up to the bottom of your screen in the 3-by-1 out of the backfield. It's complete. And a nice gain to Traylon Miller, a Deebo Samuels type, a freshman making the first catch of the ball game for the Buffaloes. Let's take a look at our impact players built by the Home Depot.
On Colorado's side, LeJontay Wester caught 108 balls at FAU last year. Coming in, expect a big year. And Eli Mostert, the best player on defense for North Dakota State.
Nice run here by Miller with his second touch of the ball game. How surprised that a freshman gets the first 2 touches for Colorado.
And they start in 5 wide. We were told to be the first time in school history if they started in 5 wide that had been the formation. Now you finally get a running back in the game for a 3rd and short. But Travis Hunter lined up to the bottom of your screen. He was the favorite target of SHEDEUR last year.
There he is, number 12. Charlie Offerdahl, the lone back. On 3rd down and 4, trying to stay on the field. A gaping hole up the middle, and Offerdahl picks up the 1st down and moves the chains. Nick Kubitz making the tackle on the play. Offerdahl with a carry of 5.
Watch the combination here in the middle. There is a wide open hole. It's a revamped offensive line. 5 new starters, essentially. Hank Zelinskis, the one guy that started for Colorado last year on this offensive line, does a great job opening up a hole on 3rd down.
Horn in motion. Sanders gets it out to Horn on the edge. And a nice gain of about 8, maybe 9 on the play. Exploiting their speed a little bit there, Roddy.
And that's what Colorado has to do. That's where they have the biggest advantage. Jimmy Horn, the fastest receiver for this Colorado offense. Getting him out in space against the safety really test these North Dakota defensive backs.
2nd down and short, 1 to go. Sanders gets it out quick, complete. Wester stays on his feet and gave them a little bit of important yak. Yards after the contact, Ryan Jones put his hat down and couldn't bring him down alone.
The leading receiver in the spring game was LeJontay Wester. And the great ball placement allows Wester to cut up the field. How about the physicality by the slot receiver on the back end, too?
Pat Shurmur, the new offensive coordinator for Colorado. Pressure coming. SHEDEUR gets out a dart, complete to Hunter. On the move, showing him his shoe bottoms. Buffaloes crib it. Touchdown. Hunter with his 6th touchdown catch at Colorado, his 10th overall, and the Buffaloes taking a 7-3 lead. Quinn Kesselnick told us he was a unicorn. He looked like one right there.
One of the most special players in the country with the ball in his hands. You get him in a one-on-one situation, makes the corner miss. Safety takes a bad angle, and the movie starts with an absolute stunner from Travis Hunter. Taking it to the house.
In the words of boss man D'Lo on the sidelines, Colorado pockets full of cheese and fresher than Febreze right now. Off to a great start. Back after this.
You're watching Modelo Kickoff Week.
And welcome back, everyone, to Boulder, Colorado. A touchdown by the Buffaloes a moment ago, capping a 6-play, 75-yard drive, eclipsing 2:42 on the clock. And it's 7-3, just underway here in the opening quarter. And the Bison will take it 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. What was the key on this play?
Well, first and foremost, it's the cushion that's given to Travis Hunter, and then secondly, the angle taken by the safety. With the amount of cushion, it just creates a ton of space for Travis Hunter when he catches the football. And then the safety angle by Ryan Jones, that's the difference between FCS ball and FBS ball with an elite athlete like Travis Hunter. You can take that angle at the FCS level. At the FBS level, it ends up with him in the end zone.
Lethal. Jamar Brown in the backfield. Remember, the Bison got into field goal range and scored a field goal on their opening drive, and they're going to run the option. Lead, and Dayon Hayes, the transfer from Pitt, he's a difference maker up front for Colorado.
And he absolutely destroys a block by the offensive lineman trying to kick him out. That's going to be the difference for this front. The physicality in the run game, particularly with those pullers. Block destruction is key when you're trying to defend the run.
Loss of 3 on the play. Miller gets it out underneath, complete to Henderson. Henderson with a good burst and pushed out of bounds by Shiloh Sanders near that first down marker. There's a look at Shiloh, who last year, remember, had that huge pick 6 in the rivalry game against Colorado State. A pivotal play. 13-yard gain and a first down for North Dakota State.
North Dakota State knows that this game is going to be about their ability to move the football. They're going to give up some plays to Colorado, but they've got to play keep away.
Bryce Lance, the brother of Trey Lance, in motion right now, number 5. They expect big things, and here he is on the jet sweep. And a good game of about, well, 7 or 8 yards. But let's go back a little bit to that previous play, and hey, you know what? A lot of mutual respect here between Hunter and Lance. Keep watching the end of this.
Bryce Lance giving a little tap on the shoulder. I saw that touchdown just a second ago. You're right back. Playing a guy like that, you got to have respect. Game recognized game.
Yeah. As long as you don't end up on the other side of the highlight reel. 2nd and 2. Quick slant, complete for the first down. Out near midfield, it's Braylon Henderson with his 2nd catch of the ball game, and they move the chains. And hey, Cam Miller threw a nice dart there.
He did. The ball placement is going to be really important for Cam Miller because Colorado is going to play bump and run. They're going to play man-to-man. So a lot of times in those tight coverages, you're going to have to put it right on your receiver, and he did that.
Miller's father, Kevin Miller, played collegiate basketball at Loras College in Iowa. Comes from an athletic background. First down and 10. Between the tackles, a gain of about 2 yards that time for Jamar Brown. Stopped by Bentley. Gain of 2.
Levante Bentley early in this game seems to be seeing it really well. That was a big boy formation. 3 tight ends, 2 tight ends and a fullback really in the game for North Dakota State. Nice job of feeling out the hole, seeing it like a running back, and making a tackle.
6:46 to go in the opening quarter. Pressure coming from the Buffaloes. They try to get to Miller, but he got it out in time, and with prolific results down to the 33. Stoffel with the first down reception. 16-yard gain. Cam Miller showing great dominion over the offense so far.
He is incredibly tough as a quarterback for North Dakota State. You have to be pressure breathing down your neck, able to deliver the ball accurately down the field. And then his ability with his legs is really, really crucial as well. 13 interceptions, 13 touchdowns on the ground for him last year. Only 4 interceptions through the air.
On 1st and 10. Underneath again, it's the same guy. Henderson has a little bit of room, cuts back, Sanders pushing him out of bounds at the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, North Dakota State. Good block, too, by Bryce Lance for the 27-yard gain.
And this is the evolution of North Dakota State with new coach Tim Polasek coming over. A little bit more spread concepts and the ability to take advantage of man-to-man coverage. We thought it was going to be the run game where they tried to establish themselves, but this drive, the damage has been done through the air with some really nice passes by Cam Miller and some really nice routes by these receivers.
Not quite the smash-mouth football we expected so far from the Bison. 1st and goal from the 6. Miller keeps it himself and is going to be sacked. That's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. Lacerating the defensive front as Riley sets up 2nd down and goal. We do think that we're going to see Cole Payton, the backup QB, at some point, but this is Miller.
How about Savion Riley against an offensive lineman getting off the block and beating Cam Miller to the corner. Really nice play by the safety.
Pennu in the backfield, number 8. Remember, this year they have the helmeted sideline communication. He gets the carry, and he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Hayes making the stop, and it's 3rd down and goal for North Dakota State.
Colorado is selling out to stop the run in these, since North Dakota State has gotten in the red area. What does North Dakota State have from a route combination standpoint to try and create a matchup where they can find something? Cam Miller's legs also huge down here near close to the goal line.
Miller, touchdown Bison. Stoffel with the catch. And Stoffel giving North Dakota State the lead. Boy, Cam Miller taking his team all the way down the field and capping it with his 49th touchdown pass of his career.
It's just a little switch concept, creating a natural pick on the safety, Savion Riley. And Joe Stoffel gets in the end zone, and this is the pedigree of North Dakota State showing itself.
We had a feeling coming in here, Roddy, that they would be unflappable, that they would not be intimidated by any stretch, and so far that's coming to fruition. A 10-play 75-yard drive using a 5:32 on the clock. Cam Miller on point.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football is presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly.
To say that Coach Deion Sanders has catalyzed a culture change here and alchemized a moribund franchise or school football program would be an understatement. The love that he has from the community here is like something I haven't seen in 34 years of calling college football this quickly.
The way this community has rallied around this team and embraced them,
yes,
has been incredible to watch.
Right now they find themselves down, though, 10-7 on the field where it counts. Under 4 minutes to go, and North Dakota State winning the time of possession battle, which is one of their goals. Jimmy Horn back, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes from their own 25-yard line. SHEDEUR Sanders moved the ball down the field in their opening drive, the first time they touched the ball for a touchdown. See if we can do it again when we come back. Well, the last time on the field, SHEDEUR Sanders threw a touchdown pass to Travis Hunter, went 4 for 4 on that opening drive. It wasn't the party that maybe they thought it would be so far, Colorado, because the next time the Bison touched the football, they cashed out in the end zone. Stoffel with the catch. And this is no surprise for them. Cam Miller has been in a lot of high pressure situations and responded in the past. 1st and 10, Buffaloes. They keep it on the ground. Dallin Hayden, the transfer from Ohio State.
About Cam Miller on the sideline after that drive, fired up, saying, we got you all game. He's a winner, man. 38 trips as a starter out on the field for North Dakota State. 31 of those ended in W's. And he is hungry. One of the reasons he decided to come back and not go somewhere else or not end his career was to win a national championship.
See the use of the tablet on the sidelines. One of the changes this year in college football. SHEDEUR Sanders over the middle of the field. Horn on the catch at the other end. The connection and a touchdown. Buffalo's got their lick back quick. 2 plays. And the yards continue to pile up for SHEDEUR Sanders. The extra point good by Alejandro Mata. A 69-yard connection for the score.
Big question was going to be, can they protect SHEDEUR Sanders? You're going to get a safety blitz coming from here, and Dallin Hayden does just good enough against the blitz to be able to give SHEDEUR Sanders enough time to throw it down the field. Jimmy Horn, is so open that all you have to do is put it in the area code, and then he does the rest. The fastest guy on this Colorado offense shows off the speed to get in the end zone. And it wasn't perfect, but the protection was good enough.
Heard a great line
SHEDEUR
a little bit earlier this week from former Buffalo Matt McChesney, who said if SHEDEUR doesn't have to do everything, he can do anything. And given the time to throw, we see what's happening right now. He's already piled up 135 yards in the air. Don't think for a minute that he hasn't made note of the fact that he wasn't named quarterback for the All-American team. He's a competitor. Colorado up 14-10. And the Bison will run this one back. Rajon Nelson brought down at about the 23-yard line. Hey, our Labor Day weekend ESPN and ABC college football lineup rolls on tomorrow night with number 16 Oklahoma hosting Temple. What a triple header we have for you Saturday. Number 1 Georgia and Clemson. Miami taking on Florida. Notre Dame, Texas A&M. Sunday night, 23 USC squaring off against number 13 LSU in Las Vegas. And Monday night, BC and Tallahassee taking on the Seminoles, trying to bounce back from their loss across the pond. Little counter. Penu brought down right near the line of scrimmage by Travis Hunter with a great tackle. You ask yourself what's new this season. We talked about it a little bit. Conference realignment, the 2-minute timeout. Which of those on the screen has the biggest impact for you, Roddy?
It's the 12-team playoff.
Okay.
So many teams come into the season with an opportunity and with a hope that they can get to the postseason with everything still to play for. Certainly conference realignment big as well, but that 12-team playoff is going to be something special. FCF
school saying, hey, glad you guys decided to join the party. Better late than never. 2nd and 9, Miller showing his running ability. There's a flag down. Miller brought down. But there's a flag all the way back at the 23-yard line. This one's going to come back. Pardon me.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense, number 90. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
A personal foul against the Buffaloes on the play.
Right here in the middle is where it happens. The push is good initially. His hands get high. It's going to tack on 15 more.
That was one of those Discovery Channel scenes with 2 bison just bowing up on each other. on the interior. 2 minutes to go. First quarter, Miller throwing off a different platform and now scrambling. Slides in safely at about the 43 is where they're going to mark it. Second down coming up, gain of 4 on the play.
So far, when North Dakota State drops back to pass, this revamped, vaunted pass rush, defensive coordinator Robert Livingston hasn't been able to affect Cam Miller.
Okay.
And we've seen his legs now in a couple of plays be a real factor.
Okinola and Hayes have yet to get to the quarterback. Second down and 6 from the 43. A lot of formation, but no motion on that one. Trevor Woods, a returnee, one of Coach Sanders' favorite players on the entire squad, making the stop on the play. Coach Polasek coming over from Wyoming, first season as North Dakota State's head coach. And we talked about the fact that he's not a defensive-minded guy like some of the previous head coaches, and we've seen evidence of his offensive acumen so far.
A little bit more spread concepts. He is a coach that bleeds green and yellow. His third stint at North Dakota State. And a big opportunity here on third down.
Miller on 3rd and 7. Escapes and finds a man for the first down. Stuffle again. The guy that made the touchdown reception a little bit earlier. And they'll move the chains, 1st and 10 with 12 to go.
And again, the legs of Cam Miller, despite the pressure by Colorado collapsing the pocket, he spins out of it and delivers down the field.
Now we have Cole Payton, number 9, in at quarterback. But that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play. A riveting, compelling 15 minutes to start the college football season. Roddy, are we back?
We are back,
baby.
We back? We are back, baby. 5 days of football starting today. We got a good one.
We'll be back right after this message.
Coach, there's a lot of good, but what is most concerning after that first quarter?
Honestly, just the mental bust in the secondary on the last touchdown is not acceptable. We'll get it cleaned up. We got some young kids playing in their first ball game. We're excited to coach them. And then on top of that, we just got to shoot our gun on the touchdown to Travis. I mean, we come up and tackle, take a better angle at safety. We're going to be okay.
Your big guys can win this game, but the speed differential in space seems to be an issue.
Well, right now it looks to be that way. We got to get them corralled, and we got to keep the ball in front of us. We got to get a deep middle safety, okay, versus a post. So that mistake right there has got to get cleaned up by us as a staff, and then we just got to keep doing what we're doing. Cam Miller's playing absolutely fantastic right now.
Thank you, Coach.
You got it.
Quinn Kessick a moment ago with Coach Polasek. Payton in the ball game now at quarterback. Miller on the sidelines. Payton out of the shotgun. He's going to be brought down right around the 34-yard line by Bentley. What do you make of the way that they've defended the run so far? They were last year in FBS.
They've done a nice job being physical up front. Levante Bentley has been all over the place. The issue has been in these situations, third downs, containing the legs of Cam Miller and covering these receivers in man-to-man. The route combinations have been impeccable. Let's see if they can do it here.
Jake Landry, the offensive coordinator, has called a great game so far. 3rd down and 8 for North Dakota State. Miller on the move a little bit. There's a flag on the far side of the field. The pass was intended for Stuffle, incomplete. Let's see what this flag is all about. Carter Stoudemeyer in coverage.
Offside, defense, number 50, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
That's going to go against Deion Hayes, the Pitt transfer, who had 12 sacks a season ago. For Coach Narducci, one more look. He lined up offsides.
Yeah, he's there on the edge. Just lines up in the neutral zone. And how big could that loom? You got the third down stop that you needed after this North Dakota State offense had the ball for 11 and a half minutes in the first quarter. This defense has been on the field forever. This extends the drive.
Cole Payton came back into the ball game for Coach Polasek. But we have a timeout on the field. 3rd and 2 when we come back to Boulder. Welcome back, everyone. This season, Allstate will celebrate every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. Cole Payton in the ball game at quarterback out of the shotgun. 2 receivers out to the top of your screen. Rajon Nelson. Number 3, they run the jet sweep. Payton completes it to Rajon Nelson, the motion man, and he'll move the chains down to the 12. Big time play out of the timeout. A pickup of 16, and it's 1st and 10.
Rajon Nelson lines up in the backfield and just runs a wheel. Cole Payton known for being the running quarterback, and nobody covers Nelson. A great play call once again by Jake Landry, the offensive coordinator, on a 3rd and short. You bring the runner in and you let him throw it down the field. And how big is that penalty now, the offsides, to extend the drive?
Nelson out to the top of your screen on 1st and 10. Miller back in, keeps it himself between the tackles. Those defensive players trying to rip the ball out. Bentley finally making the stop for the Buffaloes. Pickup of 5 on the play, and the time of possession really tilting in favor of North Dakota State right now. That's according to the game plan that they wanted to follow.
And it puts a lot of pressure on this Colorado offense. If you miss, you may not get the ball back for 6, 7, 8 minutes of game time. Now, North Dakota State has to finish in the end zone, and Robert Livingston, the defensive coordinator for Colorado, hopes that they don't.
See Travis Hunter at the bottom of your screen. He's played in all 32 plays so far. Miller keeps it. Got a good block. Touchdown, Bison. Bryce Lance with another key block on Travis Hunter that time to spring Miller loose for the score. That's the 37th rushing touchdown of his career.
His brother Trey Lance would certainly be proud. It doesn't hold too much.
Okay, I was going to ask you.
It gets a little bit on the outside. It's borderline. But how about Joe Stuffle, the tight end, coming from the backside as well?
Let's bring in Matt Austin right now, our rules analyst. Matt, tell us about what you saw on that block and as to whether it was a hold or not.
Well, I would have preferred to see the hands a little more inside, so it's a little bit iffy, there's no doubt. And since it's out in space, you get the big, everybody gets a great view of it, but yeah, you can't have your arm wrapped around his waist like that, so that probably should have warranted a flag.
Yeah, he was holding him like a grudge that time. 12:07 to go. The touchdown stays on the board. North Dakota State leads Colorado by 3 just underway here in the 3rd quarter. You know, during the news conference earlier this week, Coach Sanders jokingly or not so jokingly said, man, Rick George, my AD, scheduled this game, and this was never going to be a duck walk for them.
It certainly was not. It's a program that has a history and a track record of success that fears no team.
Right.
It doesn't matter what level, what division you play in. And when you haven't played a game and you've got 42 transfers, you don't exactly know how these guys are going to respond.
12:07 to go in the first half. SHEDEUR Sanders has not had an incompletion. He's 5 for 5 so far, but he spent a lot of time on the sidelines sitting. Here's Saturday's SEC college football games on ESPN Plus and the SEC Network Plus. Mississippi State hosts Eastern Kentucky 6. Number 6, Mississippi hosting Furman at 7. And Auburn hosts Alabama A&M at 7:30 Eastern. Download the ESPN app or go to ESPNplus.com/schedule to watch. So 1st and 10 now from the 25-yard line for SHEDEUR Sanders. who's thrown for 134 yards. He's 5 of 5. They come out in 10 personnel again. One running back, no tight ends. They run it to the right side of that offensive line over Tyler Brown. And a pretty good gain on the play. Here's a look at Colorado's upcoming schedule. They go to Nebraska next week. And on ESPN Bet, I saw the over-under on the season was, I think it was 5.5. That's a daunting schedule.
Certainly is. Every single ranked team in the Big 12 is on that schedule.
2nd and 4. Nice run by Hayden, the Ohio State transfer. Sets up a 3rd down and short. Jones with the tackle.
You've got all the favorites on there, not to mention a trip to Nebraska, a team that everyone thinks in college football is going to be much improved. North Dakota State, not a cakewalk. Right. At Colorado State, tricky. Hey. There is no relief on that entire schedule.
In the ever-changing landscape of college football, it's 3rd and 1. Wester in motion. They're going to keep it on the ground, and they're not going to make it. The impervious defensive front led by Eli Mostert and his twin brother Will, with a little help from Sam Young. And it's going to be 4th and short. Decision time.
53 right there. Watch as he sheds the block and makes the tackle.
They're going to go for it on 4th and short from their own 35. Coach Shermer, the first-year offensive coordinator, in his first early defining moment. They keep it on the ground. Oh, it's going to be close. Not sure that Hayden got there. It's going to be North Dakota State football on downs. Mostert again with the stop on the play. 1st down, North Dakota State. That front impregnable again.
And that decision, to me, is the pressure that the time of possession of this North Dakota State offense has put on Colorado offensively. Once again, Mostert in the middle. Logan Kopp in there as well. On the sideline, they can't believe. No push up front.
Just one returning starter from a year ago. And they're going to measure for it.
The
we already saw
like
a signal, yeah.
They don't need
a called for one, yeah.
I mean, so the line to gain was the 35. Ball clearly short of the 35. There's no need to bring the chains out when you've got that big white line to tell you that, hey, they're short.
Timeout for an injured Colorado player.
Let's go downstairs to Quintus.
SHEDEUR Sanders. Yes, SHEDEUR Sanders is down on the field with an apparent cramp. But that was critical because it stopped the clock and allowed Colorado to sub defensively. For whatever reason, Mark, the Colorado offensive players were huddled over the football as if they were asking for a measurement. And official Steve Barron was having no part of a measurement. And so North Dakota State's offense was on the field with only Travis Hunter out there, number 12. And SHEDEUR therefore gets the cramp to stop the clock and allows the Buffaloes to sub.
I see what you did there, Quint. .10:09 to go. Opening half. Bison lining up out of the eye. Ermeyer leading the way for number 25, Brown. And they roll up their sleeves and play a little smash ball on 1st down, picking up about 4 on the play. Let's see if they can convert on that big defensive stand. Cam Miller, meanwhile, is connected on his last 6 passes in a row, Roddy.
And how about the diversity of formations that we've seen from North Dakota State offensively? We've seen them go 4 wide and air the ball out. Now 22 personnel, 2 backs, 2 tight ends, playing big boy smash mouth.
Out of the eye again. And it's Brown again. Keep it on the ground. Another short gain sets up about a 3rd and 3 to go. Cam Miller has been on point so far to start this football game.
His deliveries have been tremendous, and he's been able to create with his legs as well. Gets out on the edge, little help from Bryce Lance. A hold probably not called, but these are the situations where Cam Miller has shown up. This defense has to come up big here. After the 4th down turnover on downs. Big play.
Dick Landry, the offensive coordinator, has told Miller, you don't have to be a superhero. Just make the basic play, keeps it this time, and will pick up another Bison first down, showing impeccable poise. They move the chains again with about 8.5 minutes to go in the opening half.
Love the play design. Motion to the field to make you think that Raja Nelson's going to get the ball behind those receivers and then run quarterback counter back to the boundary. And Coach Prime, again, feeling the pressure at the time of possession. If we punt it away, we may not get the ball back. The turnover on downs gives North Dakota State great field position. This defense still has not come up with that big stop.
Penner in the backfield on 1st down and 10. Miller to the short side of the field. A nice catch on the sidelines. A gain of about 4 by Chris Harris. He threw that on a rope, Miller did that time. Henderson, Lance have done a nice job catching and blocking respectively for the Bison today. 2nd down and 6. Out of the I formation again. Gain of 1 on the play by Penner. Mention the fact that North Dakota State made it to the semifinals in the FCS playoffs last year, 11-4 overall, which for them is a disappointment. They led FCS in total rush yards. And Coach Polasek, his 3rd time back as a coach, 1st time as a head coach for North Dakota State. 3rd down and 6. Henderson in motion. Miller under duress and incomplete, and a late flag after the incompletion. SHEDEUR Sanders with a hit. Pardon me, Shiloh Sanders. They had great pressure that time on Cam Miller. Had him on the move. Here's the call.
After the play, we have a dead ball, personal foul, late hit, number 21 of the defense. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down.
Let's bring in Matt Austin, our rules analyst.
Yeah, Mark, I think that's a good call. The defender, he definitely could have avoided that severe of a contact. If he just would have gone in, letting up, and knocked him to the ground, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But he looked like he accelerated and tried to leave a message. So I think that's a good call.
2nd time they've come up with a 3rd down stop. And a penalty extends the drive or gives them another opportunity to convert.
Sets up a 1st and goal. Miller with a play fake. Into the end zone and incomplete. Good coverage that time on Carson Williams. And we have a flag on the far side of the field.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 88. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
After the previous play, this was Coach Sanders' reaction. His palm skyward to the football gods in disbelief. That was the 1st North Dakota State penalty of the ball game. 1st and goal, football back at the 14. Miller on the keep. And a late flag. Okanula making the tackle on Miller. Looking at 3 consecutive flags.
Holding. Offense number 1. 10-yard penalty. Enforced in the end of the run. 2nd down.
Second penalty against the Bison.
This hold gets called.
Yes.
Clearly gets the jersey of Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter ends up slinging him down. But the damage had been done. Braylon Henderson getting called for the hold in North Dakota State. I mean, going backwards.
They got away with one earlier on Hunter in the end zone. Marshall in the backfield. They go empty, 5 wide receivers. Miller on the quarterback draw. Made a move on Shiloh Sanders, but couldn't get past him. And Sanders makes the tackle. They're going to spot it at the 13. Bison with great results. They don't call it the red zone. They call it their gold zone because that's where they like to make their gold. From inside the 20.
It's going to be so crucial for them to convert touchdowns. With the success that Colorado has had offensively, you can't count on field goals consistently when you get down here. And 2 of the 3 times they've been able to do it.
This Buffalo defense has been on the field for most of this first half. Little misdirection, going nowhere fast. Sacked back at the 21-yard line is Nelson. He had a whole group of tacklers waiting for him, led by B.J. Green II. So it sets up 3rd down and goal. The question now becomes, can they get the stop and get off the field?
You can't get the stop here. You got real issues.
Without a penalty.
Without a penalty, which has been the big bugaboo for Colorado on 3rd downs, it seems like. If you're North Dakota State, and Cam Miller has been incredibly smart with the football, you want to end this one with a kick through the uprights. Don't force anything.
Bryce Lance lined up to the bottom of your screen. Miller goes through his progression. Lance leaping for the catch, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. Travis Hunter was matched up against him and pushed him out of bounds, setting up a 4th down and goal. So no flag against the Buffaloes. The defense is going to get off the field here, and it sets up a field goal attempt for the Bison. A win for Colorado?
Absolutely. You have to take advantage when North Dakota State doesn't shoot themselves in the foot. Or excuse me, when they do, when they have the penalties to push them back.
Grossman made his first attempt from 36. This one coming from about 30. And he knocks it through good to make it 20-14. With 4:33 to go in the opening half. Shiloh Sanders and the Buffaloes in a battle today. Back after this. There's the Taco Bell Live Más student section. All season long, student sections across the country are competing to be the Taco Bell Live Más student section of the year. Download the Taco Bell app to learn more. A little bit more mustard on that hot dog there.
Hot dogs and bananas in the building.
A vibrant crowd here. Season tickets have been sold out here at Folsom Field. And we saw Ralphie a little bit earlier, and this is your first trip here, right, partner?
It's been awesome. The mountains, the scenery, the excitement, seeing Ralphie run. Ralphie, who I thought Ralphie was a Buffalo.
I had to hook you up on that, Ralphie.
Until I was told that
Ralphie's female.
Actually, she's an American Bison.
Yes. Best ever. GOAT mascot. First ballot Hall of Fame mascot.
I think she could take on any live mascot in the country. Not getting ahead of that one.
As long as you don't have to do cleanup duty like the crew did before the game in the run-up. 4:33 to go in the opening half, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Travis Hunter and the offense. Mike the Tiger. Speaking of mascots, Bebo. Pretty imposing. Ralphie. We're looking at top 5 easily here.
I think we could take care of the Eagle pretty easily.
I can handle the bird anytime.
I think we can outrun Bevo. I'm not messing with Ralphie or Mike the Tiger, man. I'm not.
No. Mike got to stay caged up for me. 1st down and 10 for SHEDEUR Sanders. Horn on the other end of that catch. Out across midfield. Trips at the 48 and a 1st down. Brian Jones making the tackle on the 25-yard gain. SHEDEUR Sanders now 6 of 6. And a mark it right at midfield. 10 personnel again, 1 tailback, no tight ends for the Buffaloes. Sanders gets it out quickly to Travis Hunter, who has played in every play so far. We didn't expect that today so far, did we?
We thought we'd get a little more rest for Travis Hunter with the depth that they've had on both sides. SHEDEUR does a nice job with pressure coming, leading Travis Hunter away from the defender towards the sideline for that completion.
Coach Shermer, the new offensive coordinator, totally impressed with his quarterback, SHEDEUR Sanders, who he says prepares like a pro. Down the sideline for Hunter, who is getting tutorials from Terrell Owens. Looks like he made the catch, but it was out of bounds. There's T.O. on the sidelines, one of several luminaries on the Buffalo sidelines.
I know the pass leads him out of bounds, and that's an incompletion.
That's impressive.
The body control in the hands, I mean, better natural hands than T.O. But T.O. was not a natural ball catcher.
Hey.
Don't tell him I said that.
Yeah, he's got spies. Watch it.
I mean, look, Hall of Fame receiver.
Still looks like he can go, too.
Yes, he does.
3rd and 4 for Sanders. And he's going to be sacked back in midfield at the 50-yard line. There was coverage downfield, and Duttenheffer was the first one to get to Sanders. So it sets up a 4th down. They went for it last time on 4th down at their own 35. The punt unit comes in.
Simulated pressure, get a dropper from the left side, and 91 just bullies the center, Hank Zelinskis, into the backfield, but you had a blitzer coming free from the field, and Jackson Duttenheffer gets the sack.
First sack of the ball game for North Dakota State. First punt of the game for the Buffaloes. Braylon Henderson calls for the fair catch at about the 12-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bison with 2:41 to go in the opening half. You're looking at the most sacked quarterback in FBS last year. That's only the first one tonight, though. Back after this. I said before the break a moment ago that SHEDEUR Sanders got sacked in more than any other quarterback in FBS football last year, and that was the focus of recruiting for Colorado during the offseason, and they got themselves maybe the best tackle in high school coming out. And Seaton, who's starting at left tackle. He's only been sacked once so far. Meanwhile, North Dakota State with the football, Brown with the carry, picked up a few yards with under 2.5 minutes to go.
2nd down and 6 from the 17-yard line.
Just see the stats from this offensive line a year ago. And North Dakota State is going to play to keep the ball away from Colorado the rest of the half. They're going to take the ball down to the 2-minute timeout. It seems like they're breaking the huddle now.
Well, this year, one of the changes is that 2-minute break. Well, the 2-minute warning in the NFL. 2nd and 5. We'll be back after this.
Kevin Connors in studio coming up at the half. Wait till you see what's going on in Raleigh right now with a ranked NC State team. Plus, we'll check in on Missouri and the electric Luther Burden and a great start for Arkansas. Mark and Roddy, Sam Acho, and Trevor Matich in studio with their thoughts on what they've seen so far coming up when you join us at the half.
All right, guys, holding it down in the studio. 2nd and 5 for the Bison. They lacerate that defensive front and pick up another 1st down. Hennu with the 15-yard gain that time. And a moment ago, Quint, there was no timeout called. You and Roddy have different kind of feelings about that, huh? 1st and 10. Taking a shot down the sidelines. Incomplete for Bryce Lance.
You know, clock and score management's going to be interesting this year. This is with the new 2-minute timeout. If I were Colorado, maybe prior to that, the 2-minute timeout, I would have called a timeout and you get 2 for the price of 1. But the big play by NDSU, and all of a sudden the Bison now are going fast. So things can swing and change quickly when it comes to clock and score management.
It certainly can, and that is sort of the risk that you run. If you call that timeout before the 2-minute timeout, would have given North Dakota State even more time after converting that first down.
2nd and 10, quick slant complete to number 3, Raja Nelson. Sets up a 3rd down. And about 3 to go, 8-yard gain. 3rd and 2, call it. North Dakota State with 2 timeouts remaining. Colorado with a full complement of 3. 3rd and 2. They keep it on the ground, and the Buffaloes defense makes it 4th down and about a yard to go. And they're going to call a timeout with 1:05 to go in the first half. Buffalo's called their first timeout. So one more look at that play.
It's a great job by the interior of this defensive line. Creating push into the backfield and forcing a 4th and short. Now North Dakota State's got a bit of a decision. You're approaching midfield, and if you get a first down, you can kill off the rest of the half.
Yeah.
Their defense has stood up to Colorado the last 2 drives, though. So if I'm North Dakota State, you punt it away, you trust your defense, although 4:07 is an eternity with 2 timeouts for Colorado.
Hey, listen, we've seen what SHEDEUR Sanders can do in a short period of time, moving the ball down the field with the thrilling comebacks last year against Colorado State, against Arizona State. Big time comeback against USC, even though it was in defeat. He doesn't need much time. Wester back for this punt. He'll watch it bounce at the 22. And it takes a Bison carom all the way inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. I alluded to the riveting comebacks by Sanders last year. Remember the opener against TCU, the thrilling 3-point win, 45-42, big plays down the stretch in that game, and then the rivalry comeback in overtime, 2 overtimes against Colorado State. SC, one of their 1-touchdown losses, but through no fault of SHEDEUR's.
He, in clutch times, has been incredible. A lot of that is his ability to process. And Pat Shermer, the offensive coordinator, told us in these situations, SHEDEUR is calling the plays as they go hurry up. If there's a ball out of bounds, he'll get in his ear and tell him. But SHEDEUR is the one who manages this. It is a high-level NFL-type mindset from this quarterback.
Conducts himself like a pro already, and has been for a couple of years. 1st down and 10, 98 yards away. And a couple of timeouts remaining. They set up the screen out of the end zone, trying to get to the edge. Offerdahl making the catch. Offerdahl was one of their impressive backs in the spring and in the fall as well. Pickup of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4, with 48 seconds to go in the half. Offerdahl, one of the OBs, the original Buffaloes. On the out, man, what a rope complete to Will Shepard. And they're going to say that he was out of bounds. Shepard, the Vandy transfer, setting up a 3rd down and 4. That replay looks different from that angle.
The left foot is certainly inbounds. The right foot certainly out of bounds.
Oh, no, he's out of bounds. Yep. Great call. He's on the chalk.
Yep.
So a 3rd and 4. Sanders stepping up. Pulls. Complete at the 24-yard line for the first down. 12 with the catch. A 16-yard gain with 35 seconds to go.
And the movement of SHEDEUR Sanders makes that play, stepping up in the pocket, leaking out to his right, and then throwing a dart to the sideline.
Mata and Feely, their 2 field goal kickers, have tremendous range, but will they get an opportunity here? Blitz coming off the edge. Sanders delivers complete, and this time Shepard stays in bounds and picks up the first down with 30 seconds to play, an 11-yard pickup.
You can just see the processing ability of SHEDEUR Sanders at the line, making a check to make sure they had any potential blitz picked up. And then when the blitzers bail, knowing exactly where to go with the football.
Clean pocket. Keeping his eyes downfield. Sanders finally throws it out of bounds, incomplete. Sets up a 2nd down and 10, 19 seconds to play. Travis Hunter still on the field.
Number 12 was in the area.
Hunter was in the area, so no intentional grounding.
Been pressure on a number of plays this drive. This offensive line's got to hold up.
They run a twist. Sanders elusive. Fires, got his man, and a good move down to the 39-yard line. First down pickup. Wester with a catch. 9 seconds to go. And the Buffaloes are going to use one of the remaining 2 timeouts.
Colorado has called their 2nd timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
With 9 seconds to go.
This is just purely the magic of SHEDEUR. I mean, it's almost immediate pressure coming from his left. He escapes out, avoids another rusher, has the poise to stop behind the line of scrimmage, and then that's an absolute dart.
Man.
And afterwards, I think one thing that's underrated about this guy is his toughness. The amount of times that he got hit last year, got up and never complained, never threw his guys under the bus.
Great point, Rod. I was going to mention that. Never heard him fault or point the fingers at his offensive linemen. You know, Coach Shermer says that he's a great leader, accurate in the short, medium, and long game, has 3D vision. And right now, SHEDEUR working with his 4th offensive coordinator in 4 years, going back to Jackson State. Still putting up great numbers, 11 of 14, 224 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Just 9 seconds to go here. What's the thought process with that little time, Roddy?
You've got to get, if you can get about 10 yards to get a more manageable field goal, that I think is the goal. You've got a timeout so you can use the middle of the field, but you cannot take a sack, or else you got no shot.
From the 40. Sanders gets it off down the middle. Caught at the 8-yard line, Jimmy Horn. His helmet comes off, so by rule, he'll have to come out of the game, but it sets up a 1st and goal with just 2 tantalizing seconds remaining. And Coach Sanders burning his final timeout. He is a portrait of poise in the pocket.
Unfortunately, that has been too often a sight for Colorado tonight, but it has not affected the effectiveness of SHEDEUR Sanders.
And you hear Daddy Yankee playing on the PA system. That is the walk-up music for this guy, specially requested, Alejandro Mata, who goes back to Jackson State days with Coach Sanders. 2 seconds to go. Mata telling me down in the field prior to the game tonight, worked on his flexibility a lot and strength this summer.
Dakota State has called their 2nd timeout of the half.
Coach Polasek trying to put Mata on ice. North Dakota State leading by 6. Colorado out of timeouts. But SHEDEUR Sanders is already halfway to 500 yards passing. Took a hit. It says, good job, 53. I feel you.
They have gotten to know each other very well tonight. Or don't come back. I'd appreciate not seeing you.
Meet me in the end zone, maybe.
It's a heck of a drive by that young man.
Did it again, got them in field goal range. Mata going to try this one from 27 yards out. 10 of 12 last season. Made a bunch of big kicks for them. This one is a low line drive, but it's cash. And that ends the first half of play for Coach Deion Sanders. They haven't won a game since October 7th of last year. Coach embracing Mata, one of his favorite players. Let's go downstairs to Quint, standing by with SHEDEUR.
SHEDEUR, what was clicking on that 2-minute drill at the end?
You know, that's my favorite time. But we just got to go out, keep drives. We got to score every drive, so that's personally on me.
That's Brady time, what you call it, correct?
Brady time, there's still a lot of time on the clock, so we just got to finish. So right now, we just did our job.
Well, what's it been like, this game? You've been a spectator for most of the game. They have 21 minutes in times of possession.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot, but offensively, we just got to score each and every drive. And one of the drives, they brought out some stuff we didn't expect, so we got our adjustments and we game plan. We fixed everything now.
Thank you, SHEDEUR.
A young man who has been used to dealing with the searing hot spotlight for a decade now. 3-point ball game at the half.
You're watching Modelo Kickoff Week.
You're watching college football on ESPN, presented by Twisted Tea. Folks, this is the Big 12 on ESPN under the lights at Folsom Field. In the shadows of the rounded and rugged shoulders of the Rocky Mountains. We got a 3-point football game at halftime. The Bison with the lead, but SHEDEUR Sanders and Coach Shermer, the offensive coordinator this year for Colorado, will have the football first here to start the second half of play. We heard Quint interview SHEDEUR going into the locker room at halftime, and he seemed pretty poised about what's going to happen here in the third and fourth quarters. Jimmy Horn is back for the kick. Sellout crowd here as season tickets have been sold out for the entire season. North Dakota State with 9 FCS championships to their credit. This was never going to be a walk in the park, and it'll be 1st and 10. Horn watches it go out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. There has been a swirl of noise and activity around this Colorado program in the last couple of weeks. Let's listen to it in Coach Prime's words.
Eric Christensen with CBS Sports Colorado.
CBS,
Tyler,
I'm not doing nothing with CBS. Next question.
Joe Rigo, Mile High
Ain't got nothing to do with you. It's above that. Ain't got nothing to do with you. I got love for you. I appreciate you, respect you. Ain't got nothing to do with you. They know what they did.
Coach John Keeler of the Denver Post.
You don't like us, man. Why do you do this to yourself?
Come on.
Like, it would be hard for me to really engage in someone I don't like or something I don't like. I'm just asking why. Like, why?
Jimmy Horn picking up the first down on that opening play. 1st down and 10. And Coach Prime, in meeting with him yesterday, he felt that, you know, at 4-8, 3-9 news conference, this is one of the parts from the Denver Post story, but it wasn't that. Coach Prime told us he felt that the reporter in question questioned and attacked his faith and subsequently went over the line, and thus his actions as a result. That's what he told us. As to the importance of these next 2 quarters, Roddy, your take.
It's unbelievably important. If you think the temperature was hot in the offseason, if you don't come back in these next 2 quarters, then it's going to ratchet up to another level. I don't think it's an overstatement to say these are the most important 2 quarters and most important half in the short tenure of Deion Sanders at Colorado. Incredibly important game.
SHEDEUR steps up. And tackled on North Dakota State of midfield at the 46-yard line by Mostart. 12-yard gain and a 1st down. SHEDEUR Sanders in that first half was right at around 250 yards passing. Remember last year he threw for almost 3,400 yards in all. 1st down and 10. Hunter at the bottom of your screen. SHEDEUR comes back the other way to Hunter. Makes the catch. What a grab. 1st First and goal, Buffaloes. The irrepressible Travis Hunter with another circus catch.
Tight man coverage down the field, and you can see the strength of Travis Hunter. Last little shove at the end to the face of the corner, Jalen Duffy. Travis Hunter coming up big again.
Over 100 yards receiving already. Will Shepard is their tallest target. They're going to keep it on the ground. And down to the 5-yard line is Miller. Braylon Miller, who they think of as a Deebo Samuels type.
Tio on the sideline, the physicality. Tio would be proud.
Contorted his body to turn around. A little bit behind him. Second and goal coming up. Hunter is at the bottom of the screen. Four wideouts in the formation. Sanders into the end zone for Hunter. Well covered, incomplete. Setting up a third and goal. Duffy there, number 17, was all over him. What do you like in terms of a play call here if you're SHEDEUR Sanders and Coach Shermer?
I think you're trying to find something to target one of your 200-yard receivers. Jimmy Horn Jr. or Travis Hunter, both of them are lined up down towards the bottom of the formation. Now Jimmy Horn up to the top. It's going to make North Dakota State dictator. You're going to cover Travis Hunter one-on-one. Looks like it is going to be one-on-one down to the bottom. Does he take that matchup?
Sanders pulls, incomplete, and picked off. It takes a crazy carom into Kubitz's hands. And they kill the drive in the end zone. Wow. We've got to take another look at who that bounced off of and how it got into the arms of the defender.
It's the corner.
Alfaro.
Anthony Shedemi Alfaro, who's laying on the ground. He's doing push-ups in the end zone, and it bounces off his back leg.
Wow.
What a fortuitous bounce for North Dakota State to kill off that Colorado drive.
It'll delay down on the field. There was a lot of traffic down there, and it bounced off of the foot into the arms of a couple of North Dakota State players. 2-yard gain on the play for TK Marshall. Boy, just when it seemed like they were going to march it right into the end zone, Roddy. One more look at it.
Looked like they were going to march it right down the end zone, make a statement, but the left calf of Anthony Shedemi Alfaro, maybe the MVP of that drive. SHEDEUR can't believe it.
Disbelief.
And how unlucky is that? Hidden in all of that was SHEDEUR wasn't on the same page with his receivers out wide. There wasn't a Colorado receiver breaking that way.
Great point. Across the formation, the pass complete to Nelson. Made a nice move to set up a third down and about 4 to go. Colorado's defense spent a lot of time on the field, Quint, in that first half.
Year one for Coach Prime was about hope and excitement. Year two is about expectation, and with expectation comes pressure. SHEDEUR Sanders telling me at halftime, we've got to score every drive. I mean, think about that. Think about that. That is what this game has come to for the Colorado Buffaloes. Meanwhile, North Dakota State secondary, key for them, just take better angles and tackle, especially Jimmy Horn.
On third down, and they get a sack. Their first one of the game. The block bully, Wankwo. The transfer from Houston, registering the first sack of the game at a very auspicious time for Colorado. There's Warren Sapp loving it.
Warren Sapp absolutely loves it because it's what he used to do. Be a bully in the middle, get pushed on the guard, win your one-on-one battle, and when there's great coverage downfield, finish it with the sack. Chidozie Nwankwo with a great job, a great individual effort.
Steindorf with the punt, a line drive. Wester watches it bounce. And it's going to be down at about the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes after the 52-yard punt. Warren Sapp, one of the inspirational voices on the sidelines for Colorado, one of many that Coach Sanders has had address his team. More on the other side of this. You're watching college football on ESPN, presented by Twisted Tea. This is Modelo Kickoff Week on ESPN. 1st down and 10 for Colorado after getting that sack, which feels like a little bit of a breakthrough defensively for them. Just underway here in the 3rd quarter. Mark Jones, Roddy Jones, Quint Kessenich down to the field. The season opener for both these teams. Sanders wide open. Room service downfield. And all the way down to the 28, the catch by Jimmy Horn. A 44-yard pickup, and they got it back in a rush.
It's cover 2. These guys split, and Jimmy Horn just goes right down the middle. And SHEDEUR Sanders, all he has to do is put it in the area and let Jimmy Horn make the catch. He has had an incredible afternoon.
Sanders gets it out quickly into the flat. Nice couple of cuts and a nice 1st down run by Wester, who seems to be one of their targets here, making a purposeful effort to get him the football, both him and Horn.
The depth of this receiving core is the strength of this offense outside of the quarterback position, because SHEDEUR Sanders has been phenomenal all night long.
1st down and 10. Nose of the ball resting at the 20. Sanders escapes and steps out of bounds. They're going to spot it at about the 17.5. Hey, our Labor Day weekend ESPN and ABC college football lineup rolls on tomorrow night. Number 16, Oklahoma hosting Temple. And what a triple header we have for you Saturday with Georgia, Clemson, Miami, Florida, Notre Dame, Texas A&M. Sunday night, number 23, USC squaring off against number 13, LSU in Las Vegas. Then Monday night, BC and Tallahassee taking on Florida State. 2nd down and 7. We go 2 by 2. Hunter at the bottom of your screen. A gaping, yawning hole in the middle. And a nice run by Dallin Hayden. Kubitz makes the tackle on the 4-yard pickup. Give me a grade on the offensive line of Colorado so far.
I think if I were being an offensive line coach, it's probably a C+ at best.
Right.
They've opened up some lanes in the run game, but when they've needed to run it, they haven't been able to, and the protection has been iffy at best.
Sanders pulls it out into the end zone. Touchdown, Hunter. Just called 12.
Unbelievable ball skills and trust from SHEDEUR Sanders. Marcus Shepard has pretty good coverage, but his back is turned. SHEDEUR throws it to the inside. Travis Hunter throws the defender to the side and makes the catch.
Buffaloes retake the lead. That's the 100th touchdown pass of SHEDEUR Sanders' career. And the meter is still running. Travis Hunter giving that Bison secondary work. And rock your hips, young man. Back after this break. Under the lights here in Boulder, Colorado. Folsom Field for the season opener. And Terrell Owens with his young mentee on the sidelines. Travis Hunter, 116 yards receiving already. Look at the number of the snaps as we take a look at tonight's player spotlight, brought to you by Lexus. Roddy, he's busy.
That's what most guys play in a game. We've got 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. thing is, he has been impactful on both sides of the ball. We've seen him come up and tackle. We haven't called his name in coverage because he's been on lockdown. Obviously, he's been great on the offensive side.
Getting a quick breather right now on the sidelines. The Bison will have a chance to run this one back. Nelson brought down at about the 24-yard line. There's a flag down to the play.
During the return, holding receiving team number 14. That penalty will be enforced 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
So Hunter getting ready to come back on the field with 7:32 to go in the third quarter. One of some notable two-way players throughout the years. Charles Woodson, one of the GOATs. Champ Bailey, Chris Campbell, Miles Jack. Remember him at UCLA. And the latest edition, I was talking about Hunter really carrying himself as a pro. After games, he'll get cryotherapy treatment, infrared sauna treatment, ice baths, stretching, physiotherapy, and bring it all back for practice. He's already in pro mode. A gain of 6 yards on the play by Pinu.
His defensive coordinator, Robert Livingston, called him the most unique and special individual he's ever been around because of his ability not only to handle all of the attention and all the workload, but also that approach. 4.0 GPA in the spring as well, on top of all of that. Going to school, doing everything at a high level, and I'll say it, he should be in the front of our minds when we're talking about Heisman hopefuls and Heisman favorites.
On 2nd and 4. Carried by Penu, stopped by Hill Green. So it sets up a 3rd down and short. Let's go down to Q.
He will tell you when he's tired, Coach Prime, about Travis Hunter. This is a guy, he burns 4,500 calories a game, averaged 112 plays. Watching him yesterday at their walkthrough, it was like he was training for a marathon, constantly running, whether it was from corner or wide receiver. The guy never stops. He's got an energy level that nobody can touch.
Wow. Impressive young man. 3rd and short. And it's a quarterback keep. Miller will pick up the 1st down. Bison holding on to the football, winning the battle of time of possession right now. 4-yard gain by Cam Miller.
The one thing you know about this Bison offense, they are not going to panic. This Bison team is not going to panic. They are used to success and winning, and their culture is about the line of scrimmage. Jake Landry, the new offensive coordinator, has done a phenomenal job mixing things up, but their identity is physicality up front. You saw it on that 3rd down.
Henderson in motion. Miller over the middle. Finds him across the formation and brought down. Henderson with the catch, short of the 1st down by a yard or 2. Travis Hunter in on the tackle as well. 6-yard gain.
Pass pro is not passive. Check out Barika Pinu coming across with a massive hit on Jeremiah Brown, the blitzing linebacker. That is textbook. You meet force with force, cut down the space.
You got excited about that.
Oh, there's nothing better than that. You get a running back telling those linebackers, you are not coming up in this house. Let's go.
It's Dreamville for you. Run to the outside. Pinu again. On 2nd and 4, Hunter in on the tackle, picks up the 1st down on the 4-yard pickup. Roddy, you were so excited. It made me think of this.
That's what it looks like.
Collisions.
That's what it looks like in the backfield.
Yeah, Bison and Buffalo.
Just going at it.
Those are 2 Bisons, actually.
Meet force with force.
Right now, that offensive line for North Dakota State rolling up its sleeves collectively. 1st down and 10. Miller with a clean pocket steps up. And he has been really productive with his legs tonight. Moving the chains again out to the 46. Picks up 13.
You mentioned the 1 sack on the initial drive for this defensive line. This is what it's looked like most of the night when it's been covered downfield. Just not quite close enough. Arden Walker had a shot, but the quickness of Cam Miller gets the better of him.
I'm a little bit surprised Okunlola and Deion Hayes, the 2 Pittsburgh transfers, haven't gotten to the quarterback more. Speaks to the great talent on that offensive line for North Dakota State. Miller on the key. Great handiwork and prestidigitation with those fakes and sleight of hand. 2nd and short coming up on the 8-yard gain.
What was greater, the number of yards Cam Miller got on that scramble or the number of syllables in that word?
I'll take the number of yards he picked up, but
not by
there are
much.
a few syllables too. Ball handling, really an understated part of the position. Cole Payton now in at quarterback, QB2 in on 2nd and 2. Williams the tight end. Short pass complete. And nowhere to go that time for Terhart.
That is a really nice play by Shiloh Sanders. Physicality at the point of attack. Not losing his cool, seeing the backfield and the dump to the tight end. Shiloh Sanders right here. He's going to get blocked by a tight end coming out, but just sees it all the way and tackles the receiver in the flat, set up 3rd down.
Yeah, loss of 1 on the play. Ball spotted at the 47. Exciting game, competitive game here on kickoff week. Cole Payton in at quarterback.
North Dakota State was slow out of the huddle. They have to burn the timeout. They're not able to get it off.
They get the play off in time or not. There's a flag down. I'm not sure that they got it off in time.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
A costly penalty. Here are Saturday's SEC college football games on ESPN Plus and SEC Network Plus. Mississippi State hosting Eastern Kentucky at 6 Eastern. Number 6, the Rebels hosting Furman at 7 Eastern, and Auburn hosting Alabama A&M at 7:30 Eastern. Download the ESPN app or go to ESPNplus.com/schedule to watch.
North Dakota State head coach Tim Polasek was standing next to the official as the clock wound down. Not sure why he didn't call the timeout, unless he's thinking this is 4-down territory, and he would go for it anyway.
And the clock already at 3 again, Roddy, on 3rd and 8 now. Almost a sack on Miller. Lunges, but won't make it for the 1st down. Great pursuit by Trevor Woods, who has been a mainstay defensively over the last couple of years for Coach Sanders. And they get off the field on 4th down. Listen to me again. They get off the field on 4th down.
It's another self-inflicted wound, uncharacteristic penalty for North Dakota State that led to it as well.
Ante Wester back for this punt. Last time they did a directional punt, and this one will go into the end zone. It'll come out 1st and 10 on the 53-yard boot. Cam Miller's team down by 4 with 1:07 to go in a quickly moving 3rd quarter. The RR you see adorned on the caps of the officials today is a tribute to Rogers Redding, a friend of ours, a friend of college football. Passed away April 7th at 81 years old. Went home to be with the Lord. Former official, really one of the premier officials ever in college football. We send out prayers of serenity and comfort to his loved ones. Offerdahl picks up a couple of yards, and Redding was a friend of ours. Always enjoyed seeing him at our meetings, Roddy.
An incredibly generous person with his time and his knowledge. He will certainly be missed. A giant in college athletics that probably didn't get the recognition that he deserved, but certainly the officials and the official community know what he meant to this game.
Sanders underneath, and a nice catch by Wester. It's been one of his favorite targets here tonight. Under 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Colorado in a battle here tonight, taking on North Dakota State out of FCS with 9 national championships. On 3rd and 1, they're going to pick up the 1st down. They move the chains. Remember, That offensive line lost that defining fourth down battle in the first half. They won that one. The Buffaloes will take a tenuous, slim 4-point lead into the final 15 minutes. Time to roll up their sleeves and get to work when we come back. Boulder, Colorado. Mark Jones alongside Roddy Jones and Quint Kesnick down on the field, who spoke with Coach a moment ago.
Coach, what has changed for the good in terms of your defense in this third quarter?
We're stopping the run. We're gearing up. We're stopping the run. We're loading up the box. We wanted to throw outside. The kids doing a wonderful job. Complete passes and moving the chains.
You were in a lot of close games last season. What makes the difference right now?
A plethora of things. I feel good about what we have. I definitely feel good about the ball in Two's hands.
Thank you.
You got that 2 insurance. SHEDEUR. I don't know about Coach going with the beard look this year, too.
I like it.
Quint talked about last year, and we saw how many times they played one-possession games. They lost 5 times in one-possession football games. 2nd down and 10. Sanders over the middle, complete. That's Offerdahl again, a little bit short of the first down. Setting up a 3rd down at about 2. The former walk-on picks up 7 on the play. Coach talked about trusting Offerdahl a lot.
Some high-profile transfers come in to take that running back job. Charlie Offerdahl has gotten the lion's share of the reps because he doesn't make mistakes. He catches the ball well, pass protects well, obviously runs it well.
They're going to run it on 3rd down. Offerdahl lacerating that front defensively and picks up 5. An incisive move by the junior. Look at the guys coming in and the guys coming out. 42, the most in FBS this year. They feel that they've established a culture here. SHEDEUR, what a pass to Will Shepard. Tremendous touch for the first down. Picks up 12 on the play.
We talk about a quarterback's arm talent. Things like that pop up. It's not just the ability to drive the ball and throw it as hard as you can. It's the ability to layer the ball over a defender and get it down to your receiver. 20 completions for 400 yards, and the luckiest interception you'll see in your life is the only blemish.
Hands it off this time to his tailback, Dallin Hayden. Picks up 2 yards on the play. What about SHEDEUR? Had his teammates at a recent concert, got on stage and dropped a few bars.
What can he do?
Let's go downstairs to Quint.
I was talking to some NFL scouts. There's 31 scouts here representing 19 teams, and I was talking to one watching SHEDEUR warm up, and the scout noted that SHEDEUR put on about 12 pounds, gaining from 198 up to about 210. They like that. They want to see him stronger in the trunk, stronger in terms of his ability to take punishment in the pocket.
Well, when you count Tom Brady as one of your tutors, you're in a pretty good position, not to mention the fact his dad is in the Hall of Fame. To cover the other side of the football, 2nd and 9. We got a whistle down in the field and a timeout taken by the Buffaloes, their first. We'll be back after this short break.
Kevin and Trevor in studio. Western Carolina led NC State after 3, but Trevor, check out Jordan Waters.
Now, the running game did not go well for this team. This run was a lot harder than it should have been. It's been Grayson McCall through the air that brought him back.
10-point lead. Mark and Roddy, the Pack get Tennessee next.
Yeah, that's an intriguing matchup there. 2nd and 9 here. Blitz off the edge. He gets it out quickly. Complete. And a missed tackle on Hayden, who picks up the first down. Kubitz had a shot at him, but couldn't close the sale, and it leads to a 14-yard gain. And Kubitz, unfortunately, down on the field, writhing in some pain.
It's great recognition by SHEDEUR Sanders. He's got to throw hot off of a free rusher. Kubit's not able to bring down Dallin Hayden, one of those high-level transfers coming over at the running back position, coming over from Ohio State. And Kubitz, who is the green dot, the communicator in the middle of this North Dakota State defense, down after the play.
Hayden, one of those key players for defense, missing their best free safety, Wisniewski. We'll be back after this break. During the commercial break, it was great to see Nick Kubitz walk off the field under his own power, and right now recovering on the sideline, being attended to by the athletic training staff. Well, our Labor Day weekend ESPN and ABC college football lineup rolling along tomorrow night. Number 16 Oklahoma against Temple at Triple Dip. Saturday, Georgia, Clemson, Miami, Florida up in Gainesville, Notre Dame, Texas A&M. Sunday night, USC against LSU in Las Vegas. Monday night, BC and Tallahassee take on Florida State. We're going to ball out until we fall out.
How good do we have it this weekend?
Got the new stereo sound put in the crib.
Yes, you did. How big was that TV?
Only 85 inches. I'm ready. 10th play of the drive. Sanders delivers downfield. Knocked away at the last moment by Marcus Gully. Great recovery. Jimmy Horn seemed to be open temporarily. Sets up a 2nd down and 10.
It was a great play by Marcus Gully on the back end. It's a little Tampa too. He's linebacker having to carry the seam between those two safeties. Runs with Jimmy Horn. Knocks it away.
Which is saying a lot. He's the fastest receiver. So then Sanders had completed 7 in a row before that incompletion. 2nd and 10. Completes this. Oh, wow. Spoke a little bit early as Horn was running before he was catching. A rare incompletion for SHEDEUR Sanders.
That's
one of 28.
Sets up a 3rd and long. He had acres of space. Watch him come across to the flat. There is going to be nobody over here. I mean, you got 2 blockers down here and no defender within 10, 15 yards of Jimmy Horn.
3rd down and 10. Usually Travis Hunter time. Sanders caught. They're going to rule it complete to Travis Hunter. It is 12 time. 1st down and 10.
And it looked
13-yard gain.
It looked like there was movement on the Colorado offensive line before the snap. Watch the left side. It was very close to the naked eye to me. I thought the left guard got moving a little early. I called. Colorado gets the completion. Of course, it's Travis Hunter.
Sanders completes it. Nice catch, Miller. Miller pushed out of bounds. Let's see where they spot this, but a nice gain. Down to the 12-yard line.
Travis Hunter on the outside, running a little dig.
Okay, where are his NFL prospects? At that position or DB?
We have polled just about every scout in the building that we've seen, and on 3rd down, he's the go-to target. He's got unbelievable ball skills, which makes me lean towards receiver. But at corner, his length, his quickness, his poise, I mean, you could convince me that way too.
Sanders, couple of fakes and tackled hard, rolling forward to about the 5, and he picked up the 1st down. A gain of 6 on the play by SHEDEUR Sanders. Quinn Kessenich so aptly pointed out a moment ago about the scouts liking the fact that he's put on a few pounds of muscle. And we saw him down on the field before the game in a practice. He looks notably bigger in the chest and through the legs. 6'2", 215. He's been coached by his father since he started playing football. He has been immersed in greatness. 1st and goal, 15th play of the drive. Into the end zone. A flag on the play, intended for Hunter. Duffy there on coverage. Duffy was victimized on the touchdown earlier. Let's see who this flag is against. Hands to the face and grab the face mask for a quick second. The official still conferring there on the far side of the field.
Until we saw where the hand was up in his face mask, I thought it was kind of both ways.
There are fouls on both teams. Ineligible receiver down the field. Offense number 56. Holding. Defense number 17. Those penalties offset. First down.
A lot going on there. First and goal. Let's remix it. Hunter still in the ball game. He's in the slot. Down at the bottom of your screen when we put it up there. Colorado looking for a little more breathing room on this invariable and inexorable drive. 15th play. They're going to keep it on the ground and run it. Not much happening in the middle. Hayden on the carry. Stop made by Shaka Rokes. Rokes, one of the leaders up there. They wanted to set him up to be in a position to make some plays there on the edge for North Dakota State. Second down and goal.
And I think if you're Colorado, if you don't have Travis Hunter to one side of the field by himself, you're kind of bailing North Dakota State out. They move him back to the short side of the field, and now North Dakota State has two guys over there to try and cover him.
And a flag. Let's see if Coach Deion Sanders got the timeout or not.
Prior to the delay of game, Colorado has called their second timeout of the half.
Missed the front end of that announcement. Delay a game or not?
Prior to the
delay game.
Yeah.
You got the timeout. Okay. So he did get the timeout. No penalty. The ride has gotten a little bumpy down here in the red zone as we take a look at tonight's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. And Travis Hunter is putting together a serious mixtape here. He's giving that secondary so much work. He's making the Bison his employee right now.
You're going to have to issue him some 1099s.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of work that he's given. But he's done it both ways. Lockdown corner on the defensive end. He's shown the physicality in the run game, coming up and tackling. You add that to the fact that he's got 6 catches for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns on the offensive end. He's played 52 snaps on defense, just about every snap, if not every snap on offense. He's been unbelievable.
Second and goal. Sanders puts his foot in the ground, but is going to be stopped up short of the end zone at about the 4-yard line. Once again, Gully there to make the initial hit. A gain of 1 on the play, and an intriguing third and goal with Sanders and a North Dakota State player bumping their gums respectively.
Travis Hunter felt like he was open. He's going to come across your screen with his hands waving in the end zone. Feed me. Number 56, LaShaka Rokes, in the face of SHEDEUR Sanders, likely why he pulls that one down and runs. This is a big third down. If Colorado's able to score, then there's enough breathing room where you feel decent about the rest of the game.
Play clock already at 2-1. They just get it off into the end zone. Contact. What a catch! A miraculous, implausible, impossible catch by 12. Travis Hunter with another clip on the reel. How did he catch that,
How?
Roddy? We need the replay here.
This is a desperation throw. The play clock's running down.
Come on.
That's unbelievable. That's a glitch in EA Sports College Football 25.
Mata with the extra point and a little more breathing room for the Buffaloes, leading by 11 with just under 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Career high 3 touchdown catches now for Travis Hunter. One more look. He contorts his torso. And
the defender's driving him to the ground. He's falling away. He can get one hand to the ball at first for real, then reels it in with the other.
Duffy was all over him like the plastic on your grandma's couch. I mean, he was covered. To no avail.
He's never covered.
He'll tell you that. And he plays like it. 17 plays, 80 yards, using up 8:10 on the clock. And Colorado leading by 11 with 7:57 to go. Colorado with its season opener. This North Dakota State Bison team, though, with no quit in them. They have been unremitting and unrelenting all evening. Quarterback Cam Miller, among others, has kept them in this game. Well, Colorado back in the Big 12 as we pay homage to the conference. You knew it well with the lead-up beginning in the 1996 Q. It was 8+4 in its previous iteration, a Southwestern and Big 8 blended stew. Then came realignment to the swell to get to the present formation. Through it all, just don't lose those Roman numerals, however many teams you accrue. 16 teams, 10 states, dreams of Buffs, Sun Devils, Wildcats to align your adoration. Some offer condolences at the loss of perennial power crews. No worries. From Utah to Florida, this huddle is based on a fortified rotation. XII, Big 12, you already know. What a tantalizing rue. That is, depending on which way your fandom devotion will skew. A lot changes with this different look in the Big 12 conference. And across the college football landscape, nice run a moment ago by Brown to pick up the first down. He got 13. They keep it on the ground again. Brown with another effort. What jumps off the page at you about the conference as we look at the revamped edition?
It's the depth, and it feels wide open at the top. Arizona's coming off of a great season, but they've got a new coach in Brett Brennan. Quarterback and receiver return, 2 of the best in the country. Utah with Cam Rising back for his 7th year. Brent Keithy back for his 7th year. It feels wide open. Ollie Gordon at Oklahoma State. It's going to be a fun year in the Big 12.
6:47 to go. Out of the backfield, Miller completes the pass to Brown. Brown moves the chains again. Pushed out of bounds finally by Riley. Ran into Coach Barnett a moment ago up here in the press box. Former Buffalo's head coach. Brought me back to a different time here. Colorado. Not quite the Big 8 days.
It feels like Colorado's back where it belongs.
Yeah.
In the Big 12.
A little bit more natural here.
It is.
11-yard pickup on the play. Bison trying to get back into this, working against the clock. Miller's going to keep it on the predetermined quarterback run. He'll pick up about 3. With 6:10 to go, Cokes making the stop on the play. As we take a look at this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Allstate. Georgia #1 taking on Clemson. Noon on ABC Saturday. One of the highlights.
Notre Dame going to Kyle Field. Mike Elko's first game as the head man of the Aggies.
Colorado coming with a little bit of a pressure there. And a good tackle in the open field by Preston Hodge, who came in like a missile on Bryce Lance. 4-yard gain.
This Colorado defense has done a great job in the second half. Not allowed this North Dakota State offense to have nearly the success through the air that they did in the first. And now, biggest third down of the game for North Dakota State.
3rd and 2, they're going to run it and come up short. So the Colorado defense, led by Wankwell, making the stop there, has been much more impregnable here in the second half. 4th and 1, the Bison pretty much have to go for it. And he stays on his feet, but it's... thought I heard a few whistles. Looked like there was a timeout first.
Dakota State has called their first charge timeout of the half.
4:44 to go on 4th and 1 under the lights here in Boulder. Back with the finish after this message. You're watching college football on ESPN, presented by Twisted Tea. This is Modelo Kickoff Week on ESPN. 4th and 1. Cole Payton in the ball game for North Dakota State. They have to get this first down to stay alive. And Payton gets that and then some. Puts his hat down and makes it down to the 32-yard line. With 4:35 to go, picks up 7. So Cam Miller will stay on the sidelines. No, he's in the ball game, and Payton is in as well.
Right side of this offensive line, just creating a pocket. Cole Payton to power through. He's an incredible athlete. And typically the runner, but this is a throwing situation with 9 in the game.
They fake the jet sweep. Payton is going to be sacked. Still on his feet to no avail. The 2nd sack of the night. Levante Bentley putting some muscle in his hustle. And this defense has really made it happen in the second half.
They ran a similar play in the first half and snuck the back up the sideline. They were able to get a big completion. That time, Colorado covered it well, collapsed the pocket. And the pace of North Dakota State, down 11, it's really coming into play as the clock winds down.
2nd and 15 on the loss of 5. Miller back in the ball game, surveys, pulls, completes it down to the 19-yard line. Great catch in traffic by Nelson. Smith making the stop on the play. They're going quickly. The Bison with 2 timeouts remaining at the 20.
And the two-minute timeout as well.
One of the new wrinkles, but nowhere to go. Trevor Woods right there to make the tackle for the Buffaloes. Woods has put on about 18 pounds to move from safety down to linebacker this year.
How about 99 yards in the second half for North Dakota State? This Colorado defense has been much better. Colorado on offense has also had longer drives, which has kept them off the field. But it feels like North Dakota State is playing for a touchdown and then having to get an onside kick with only 2 timeouts, because it looked like they're going to score before the 2-minute timeout.
Miller on the move, plenty of real estate. Touchdown! Don't count them out. The Bison with the score, and you would guess at this point they'll go for 2. Miller with a 20-yard dash into the end zone.
And that changes so much for North Dakota State when they have to kick the ball off to Colorado, but this 2-point conversion attempt
makes it a 1-score game.
Could make Colorado fans very nervous. North Dakota State's able to convert.
He had an alley and attacked right away. Bryce Lance split to the top of your screen. Go to Trey Lance. Brown in the backfield. Miller rolls out. Incomplete. So the margin remains 5. Intended for Nelson. Colorado, meanwhile, with 1 timeout remaining. That was Miller's 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, by the way. Nelson a little shaken up on that last play.
You can see it's man-to-man across the field, and so when everything clears out and Cam Miller's able to escape the pocket, I mean, this defender's going this way. There's going to be acres of space for Cam Miller to run into. He's able to get in the end zone, and it completely changes the math here. Essentially, North Dakota State now has 3 timeouts. You've got the 2-minute timeout and the 2 timeouts in your pocket. So if you want to kick it deep, you can here. You don't have to onside kick. The analytics would tell you 2 onside kick.
Right.
Give you 2 opportunities to get that ball back. We'll see what North Dakota State decides to do.
This is a school that hangs its hat on their culture, which their coach tells us is championship level year in and year out. And they've shown it tonight. Physicality, another hallmark of what they do. Can their defense respond here, though? Let's see if they kick it deep or not. For Cam Miller has been splendid tonight. He is rocked out. 15 of 18 passing for 189 yards. Eli Ozick with the kick. And he booms it into the end zone. So SHEDEUR Sanders will take over 1st and 10 from his own 25-yard line. I'm not sure this quite qualifies as Brady time, as he likes to characterize it as. But nonetheless, it's a pivotal possession for Colorado offensively.
Colorado may very well decide to put the ball in the air, but this is typically O-line time. This is where that revamped offensive line completely changed through the transfer portal. Only 1 returner who started a game for Colorado a year ago. This is when you'd like them to take over to get you a 1st down.
And that's Jordan Seaton right there, one of the bell cows up front. 3-time first-team All-American in high school. Arguably the best offensive lineman coming out of high school last year. Offerdahl in the backfield on 1st down and 10. Horn is the inside receiver for Sanders. And Hunter is split to the top of your screen. There's some kind of delay on the...
During the kick, Colorado had 12 players on the field. Substitution infraction is applied. It's 1st down.
No harm done. See if the Buffaloes can close the deal here. Out of the backfield, complete. Nice move out to the 25 by Hunter. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And we're going to run up on that 2-minute warning. One of the 3 major changes this year.
2-minute timeout.
.158 to play. Time out of the field. We'll be back after this.
All right, I'm Scott Van Pelt here in the nation's capital, getting set for Sports Center. We'll have live post-game reaction from Boulder. Top plays as college football has really its opening night. Bama's new head man, Kalen DeBoer, here. Brandon Ayuk gets his cash. Adam Schefter with details. Naomi Osaka out early in the U.S. Open. Carlos Alcaraz, the 5-set king, he's going to need to be. He drops the first 2. We'll have those highlights and more. We'll see if the Bison fellas can get a stop. Mark and Roddy, back to you in Boulder.
Yeah, this is the time for it, Scott. Don't forget to join SVP after the game for Sports Center. 2nd and 10 for Sanders. Little receiver bubble screen. Great coverage on the edge that time on Wester. 3rd down coming up. More football to come Labor Day weekend. ESPN, ABC. College football lineup rolling on tomorrow night. Number 16, Oklahoma. Temple, a triple header on Saturday. Georgia, Clemson, Miami, Florida, Notre Dame, A&M. Sunday night, number 23, the Trojans against number 13, LSU in Las Vegas. Monday night, BC against Florida State. Trying to bounce back from their loss over in Ireland. 3rd down and 8 coming up for SHEDEUR Sanders and Colorado. And you look at Offensive coordinator Shermer in his first season on the sidelines. What do you make of this next play and the collab between those two on the sidelines?
Well, you've seen that he's had trust in SHEDEUR Sanders to deliver the ball to the best player on the field tonight, Travis Hunter. I would expect something similar here on third down, especially with the way this defense has played in the second half. They gave up that last drive, but before that, they hadn't allowed North Dakota State anything in the second half. He put the ball in the hands of two twice. Wouldn't be surprised they did it a third time.
Yeah, his decision making has been beyond reproach tonight. Third down and 8. Got to get to the 35 to keep hold and possession. Off the play fake, surveying, nowhere to go, going the wrong way. Sanders pulls, got a man, contact, and a flag. It was intended for Wester. Young was back there in coverage, and Young never turned around. That looked like an easy call to make. But Sanders buying himself time here.
Pass interference, defense, number 35, 15-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. First down.
It is such a difficult thing for a defender to do, to keep your poise in that situation as the receiver starts to slow down, because all you're thinking is, he's behind me, I've got to catch up, I've got to catch up. And he starts to slow down. The ability to recognize, plant, turn around, and make a play on the ball is so difficult, but that play is created by SHEDEUR Sanders. Nothing downfield at first, creating time, getting the ball in the vicinity of his receiver.
Remember, they're missing maybe their best safety, Wisniewski. North Dakota State. To no avail, though. 1:41 to go. 1st and 10 now for the Buffaloes. Sanders has a man, and it's incomplete. No flag on the play. That time, Young able to break it up. Might have been underthrown a little bit.
It certainly was. The hit on the last play. That's close to targeting. Matt, what did you think of the hit on SHEDEUR Sanders by LaShaka Rokes after he throws the ball?
Well, I agree with you, Roddy. It was very close to targeting. I would like to have seen the view from the side, but from the front, sure looked like he lowered his head, and he is a defenseless player, and you can't hit him high. I think they should have taken a look at it.
All right, Matt.
The other thing is Colorado on first down, throwing the ball down the field. You essentially...
This time they keep it on the ground, but they get back to the line of scrimmage. That was Hayden, so we're looking again at a third down. Colorado with one timeout remaining, as does North Dakota State.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football is presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly.
.128 to go, and this the opener. Colorado leading by 5, and in many ways, strangely enough, on opening night, this game is a little bit of a referendum on the progress of the program under Deion Sanders here in year 2. What you can't question is the economic impact it's had here and across college football in terms of viewership.
If you take the wins out of it, which is how head coaches are measured, but the effect that Coach Prime has had, the hiring has been a success. Now they have to finish. They bailed North Dakota State out, saved them about potentially 40 seconds, close to 40 seconds by throwing the ball down the field. I mean, this could be a game where you've got 50 seconds left on the clock. North Dakota State has no timeouts. Now you've got to convert, or you give North Dakota State the ball back somewhere around 50 seconds.
Sanders gets it out quickly, complete, got a block on the edge. Horn is going to come up a little bit short. Jimmy Horn picked up about, let's see where his forward progress is going to be marked. Either way, you're looking at a 4th down and a punting situation, you would think, for Colorado. 4th and 3. Deion Sanders had the requisite amount of appropriate fear of the opponent coming into this ball game, and it's proven to be true. North Dakota State has been very worthy, more than worthy, and now the clock runs down to 0.
And now you see the result of not running the ball on first down. You run the ball on first down with how they started the play clock and the amount of time that elapsed. Game could be over right now.
Yes. Game clock with 22 seconds to go. Pardon me, 38. I have to put time back on. There it is. It's back up at 38. Those are the ball at the 49-yard line. Yeah, it's been a little bit agonizing for the faithful here at Folsom Field. Punted away on 4th and 3. See if the Bison come after it here. Fair catch called back at the 8-yard line by Braylon Henderson, who's made some huge catches this year. So Cam Miller has 92 yards to go. Nothing but a touchdown will do with 31 seconds to play. It's been a tale of two different halves for Cam Miller, and that speaks to how impactful Colorado's defense, I think, has been in the second half.
The 2 drives to start this half, North Dakota State, 3 plays and out, and then 9 plays ended in a punt. Colorado's defense really settled down in the second half. It's time for those pass rushers that are so vaunted to go to work.
Hayes going to pin his ears back and come after the quarterback. Miller got hit, but he delivered a strike complete to Bryce Lance, making his first reception of the game.
Now that we're under 2 minutes, the clock stops after first down to reset the chains.
A 20-yard gain on that play. They'll spike it. Set up a 2nd down and 10. North Dakota State out of timeouts, as is Colorado. Ball at the 28-yard line. The fans on their feet here collectively, to a person. Miller has a man open at the 45, and he's brought down immediately. That's Henderson. With 15 seconds to go, Colton Hood made the tackle. The Bison have to get it in the end zone. A 19-yard gain. Ball back at the 47. They'll spike it again, and there are 9 seconds to go.
That was a tough sequence for North Dakota State. Head officials started running the clock before the ball was set on the field. They were backing North Dakota State up with the clock rolling. It was
They lost a little bit of time, yeah. There's Henderson making the catch.
That was
for the second time
hit
tonight. Matt? We're going to keep it right here. 9 seconds to go.
Got a time for 2 quick plays here if you can get to the sideline.
Miller, a little miscommunication there between he and Bryce Lance. So now you're down to, you would think, just 1 play here.
How far can you throw it, Cam Miller? If you're Colorado, don't try and be a hero. Knock the ball down.
Travis Hunter, one of the Colorado players, back there defending at his own 20. A lot of cushion. Miller out of the shotgun. 5 seconds to go. He gets it off. It's short of the end zone. They wrestle for it, but Time has expired, and the Buffaloes will win it. They closed the deal. It came down to the final play of the game. And the Buffaloes will walk out of Folsom tonight with the dub. Coach Deion Sanders in Colorado had to work for it tonight. That's exactly what they expected. One more look at the final play. Tyler Terark made the catch, but the ball never made it into the end zone.
A few yards short. Colorado.
You want to get it all the way into the end zone, though, right?
And he tried. It's about arm strength at that point. He tried to haul it all the way, but couldn't quite get it there. Colorado doesn't try and knock it down. They try and go for the interception. And you get a reception that ends up a few yards short of the goal line, and a miraculous comeback, but Colorado ends up the victor.
Their first win since October 7th of last year. Remember, they ended last season on that odious losing streak, but they get on the board with the win tonight. Next week it'll be against Nebraska. (31-26) the final score, as one of the behemoths of FCS football lose a close one tonight. SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt is coming up next. For Roddy Jones, Quint Kesenick, and our entire talented crew behind the camera, you never get a chance to see Anthony DeMarco and Kim Belton, director and producer. I'm Mark Jones. Right now it's time for SportsCenter. So long from Boulder.
Thanks so much. You see Coach Prime on the mic thanking the folks in Boulder. What a finish. Everyone that loves college football is well aware the Bison are real, and that was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for Colorado. Hi there, welcome. I'm Scott Van Pelt here in the nation's capital, Colorado. By 5, the heroics of Travis Hunter. He was out there on the field. You could see him saying, "Knock it down there." That's not what happened there at the end. We will head back to Boulder in just a minute. Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, going to be with us on the show. So, too, will be Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer to talk about following those enormous footsteps of Nick Saban and how he intends to continue to build on the success there in T-Town. Brandon Ayuk, I think it's fair to call it a saga. It ends with a massive payday, $120 million extension to remain right there with the 49ers' Adam Schefter on how that got done. But we begin, as we do nightly, the best thing I saw today. As college football begins once again in earnest, you know we love the MAC, little MACtion. Justin Pegues for Bowling Green against Fordham. Opening kickoff of the season, and here we go. Picks up a big block. Pegues from transferring from Tennessee Tech, and it ties for the longest return of any kind in Bowling Green history, and you get a block right there. That's fun. They get the victory. You know what's fun to do after you win? Sing songs. It's a very lengthy song there. Apparently it's an unofficial fight song of sorts. It was catchy. I enjoyed it immensely. All right, back to Boulder. North Dakota State, Colorado. The Bison drove down the field, scored on their first possession. They got 3. Throw it to 12. That is Travis Hunter, and that man is as advertised. Just a spectacular talent. He takes it and gives Colorado the lead. They're trailing again. Not anymore. Throw it to 12. He's just an absolute monster. Plays both sides of the field, as you know, leading by 4. A couple of huge third down catches. And then this on third down, field goal makes it keeps it a one-score game, I should say. A lot of fighting going on there. That's incredible. Just incredible. His third of the game. And Colorado is leading by just 5. North Dakota State's going to have one more chance Ball's in the air. It's going to land short of the goal line. They catch it. Bison with the grab there at the 5. You see Hunter giving the sign for knock it down, knock it down. Shout, tip of the cap, much respect to North Dakota State. But they fall short, and Colorado, powered by 132-3 from Hunter. And Travis Hunter joins us now. Hey, Travis, it's Scott Van Pelt. Welcome after a victory. I want to start with that last sequence there. We just showed the highlight. I saw you giving that knock it down sign. What's supposed to happen on that play?
We got to get the ball down. I mean, 2 of our guys touched the ball. So I'm telling them, get the ball down. We need to get it down on the ground. We don't need nobody to catch it. We ain't trying to catch no pick right now.
Understood. Travis, I think so many of us that love college football spent this summer rejoicing that we could play that video game again. And I have 2 young sons. They fight over who gets to beat Colorado because they want to get you the football. Tonight, you were a real-life video game. If you could take us through that 3rd catch, that huge catch you just made that we just showed, that 3rd down catch on the goal line, looked like incredible battling going on. What happened on that play?
I just had a lot of confidence in myself. I told my coach, 3rd down, give me the ball. We're going to win this game. We're going to get up out of here. And I did what I had to do, catch the ball, get a touchdown, and let's go.
As I just said about your opponent, much respect to them. Anyone that loves college football knows that that is a real program that's a real problem. How do you best describe the respect that you and your guys had for them before and then after these 60 minutes where they battled you until the very end?
We had to respect them. I mean, every opponent we got to respect. I mean, we came out. This is my first time playing with these group of guys, so we know we got to respect everybody. This is our first time playing with each other. We don't know how each other play, so we had to go out and respect them. We watched a lot of film. I watched 10 hours of film this week just those guys. So, I mean, we had to respect them, and it showed why we had to respect them because they came out to play.
But you got the victory, and I'm just interested, Travis, in trying to build this program because there's so much attention on you guys. And you mentioned bringing in a bunch of new players, whether it's from the portal or wherever. But obviously, you guys are trying to build. And I'm just interested in how significant tonight's win is in terms of the first step in what I know you hope are many steps in the win column.
It gave us a lot of hope. We know we got to keep going in and keep watching film. It got the guys to know that we got a good team right here. We got to get the plan. We got to get our eyes in the right spot. That's how they got a lot of touchdowns tonight. We didn't have our eyes in the right spot. We didn't read our keys. So we know we got to get back in there and go to work. I mean, coach is probably not going to let us off tomorrow. We're going to come in here and work.
$132-3. You're going to sleep well tonight, I assume. What are you most pleased with about tonight's game, Travis?
I mean, the guys came out and fight to the last minute. I mean, they know that team was going to fight. We had to come up and step it up. Defense got us a couple stops, which we needed, and the offense handled our business.
Congratulations on the victory, Travis. Good health this year, most importantly, and
yes,
everybody that loves the sport's going to enjoy watching you do your thing, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Let's go Buffs.
Indeed. Travis Hunter. And Colorado get the victory over North Dakota State. They head to Lincoln next week to take on Nebraska. That is a very interesting game on the schedule. Of course, last year Nebraska came to Boulder. Then it's a trip to Colorado State. They got off to the fast start last season, as we all know, and then things went awry. And that's the first victory, I believe Mark Jones said, since early October of last year. And just moments ago, Quint Kesnick with Coach Prime after the victory tonight over North Dakota State.
Coach, congratulations. What was your reaction to the last play of the game?
You don't want to know. I don't use profanity, but I thought it.
How do you describe the offensive play by Travis Hunter tonight?
Oh, Travis, that's who he is. We get a chance to see that every practice, every day. He don't take days off unless we force him to, but that's just who he is. The whole receiving corps, the offensive line did a great job protecting our quarterback, and our quarterback was excellent.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.